It's Thursday, the 27th of June, 2024. Today I am using Tarot of the Witch's Garden, and let's see, where does our attention need to be? What do we need to be focusing on? What is important? What is relevant? What is significant for us to be mindful of on this day? Right, so cards are shuffled, grabbing a card randomly in the middle, and we have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords, it's one of those cards that I wouldn't call fabulous. Eight of Swords is the card of limited mindset, okay? It's the card that says that you are your own worst enemy because you are perceiving everything to be worse than it actually is. Sometimes when things don't quite go according to plan, sometimes in life when we have challenge and difficulty in our minds, we actually perceive it to be a lot worse than it really is. So this is the card that says to you today, when there is disappointment, when there is sadness, anger, frustration, any of those kind of negative emotions, take a minute to stop and reevaluate and ask yourself, are you being overly emotional about the situation? What is the truth? What is the reality? Are you maybe seeing it a lot worse than it actually is? Let's get a second card for additional clarity and additional understanding. I'm going to do just a quick riffle on the table just to give the cards a nice good shuffle, and then let's see what card we want to get. So where, oh, did you see that? That one went flying all on the floor. It's landed face down, so I'm not looking at it. So where does our frustration come in? Where are we being self-limiting in our belief, in our understanding, in the way that things are panning out and working out for us? Okay, taking that card over there. And what do we have? We have got Temperance. Oh, I love that. How gorgeous is she? How calm is she? How beautiful and tranquil is she? Like when you look at her, you almost get that sense of everything's going to be okay, because that's exactly what she's doing. I want you to note what's happening here in her cups, okay? Can you see how she's pouring from the one cup into the other while she's standing with one foot on the ground and one foot in the water? So Temperance is the card of balance. Temperance is the card of moderation, all right? So what this is basically saying, the Spirit is saying to you, you tend to be your own worst enemy. When things start to go wrong, when things don't quite go according to plan, you have this tendency to think it to be the worst, to think it to be worse than it actually is, to imagine it, the situation, instead of being like this, to be like this. I'm being reminded of like a fisherman's tale. When a fisherman tells you that he caught a fish, and he says, I caught a fish this big, but it's this, it's not this. That's what we tend to do. We tend to make the situation more exaggerated than what it is in our own minds. And Temperance is telling you moderation. So when the fear and the anxiety and the stress and the panic and all of those kind of emotions start creeping in today, just remind yourself, moderation, Temperance, find balance, look at the situation honestly and truthfully, and ask yourself, are you perceiving it worse than it actually is? Are you being your own worst enemy? Are you making the situation worse in your own mind, in your own head? And is the true reality maybe not as bad as you are expecting, thinking, or imagining it to be? So we're not saying that there are no challenges. We're not saying that things aren't going to go wrong, but we're saying that you have a tendency, we have a tendency to make it worse than it really is. So friends, today, practice moderation, especially when the emotions start overwhelming and taking over. And if you do that, I am so convinced that you are going to end up having an amazing day.